A person can keep doing toxic things thinking that the relationship will always remain intact, but there will always come a day when it comes back to bite them. Even the most recessive of persons at one point will say, I'm not putting up with the bully anymore. In this video, Judy and I talk about the straw that broke the camel's back. As we were talking, I got the feeling that sometimes someone will go to the point of no return when they see behavior that happens habitually, and it happens so many times that the other person feels like they've got no more hope, that it'll never get better.
And conversely, the person who is habitually doing what they do thinks that because there has been no comeback, they can just carry on.
Yeah, they can lose control of their temper again and again and again, and they'll always be forgiven.
It's always the same. The person always forgives, the person is always patient, the person will always deal with it. But there does come a point where you just, no.
Well, when you see that you're trapped in something and you are condemned to a life of abuse and negativity, anyone, no matter how shy or how accepting of things they are, they're going to shut it down and say, I've had enough now. Also, a bully will get away with stuff for a while, but there will always come a point when the other person says, enough, stop. And once they hit that point, it's very seldom recuperable. But I would say this, God can recuperate it, and I've seen him do it, but it's kind of rare.
Yeah.
So we need to avoid, always be conscious of how I'm talking to my wife. I don't want to get into a pattern of negativity. You know how you go on in life, and you can have a pattern of negativity. Now, I'll never forget once, with a member of our extended family, when we had our relationship on a jokingly negative kind of footing. And after a little while, I looked at this and I thought, I don't really like this. I really love this guy. He's fun, but we had just a habit of niggling each other. So I'm determined to change the tenor of that relationship. And I started speaking all kinds of positivity into it. Now, the first couple of times, this family member was a bit taken aback, didn't know how to handle it. But then after a little while, they started going, oh, I quite like this. And then there was a reciprocal... Yeah, there was this reciprocal action where he started behaving very positively toward me, and our friendship just grew. But in a marriage relationship, often at times, we can get in the habit of kind of niggling each other negatively.
There was a situation I recall in watching a visitor of our neighbors. It was quite interesting. And they were having a picnic in the back garden, so it was kind of hard to avoid overhearing it. Yeah. And I was actually quite shocked at the way this man treated his wife.
About his wife, yeah.
She was sitting there drinking her whatever it was she was drinking, and she seemed to be quite happy. And the things he was saying, to my ear, were really...
It was like poison.
Disrespectful in the max.
But she was kind of giggling as if she was taking it on board and not too fussed by it. And I told my neighbor afterwards, I said, I found that offensive. And funny enough, the wife said, yes, I did too.
Yeah, because, people don't like being treated badly.
No. And anyone will walk away if it goes on too long.
Yes, they will.
As he pulls it out gently. Extinction result. The apocalypse. This video comes with a warning. Even the most laid-back person at some point will rebel and reach the point of no return in response to a bully, and they will leave. Next week, Judy and I will talk about where we're most likely to have a tiff. In the car! God bless and see you next week.